So, I have to ask the question, with all that's going on with Janelle Evans and David Eason, she's lost her dog, she's lost her job, she's lost her kids. And I have to ask the question, did all of this come about because of a poor attempt at generating publicity? Because when you think about that whole situation, how it started, now to my knowledge, unless I'm mistaken, to my knowledge, most people don't know about this, didn't know about this until Janelle started coming on social media posting about missing the dog, right? And then David Eason came on social media to tell his truth about why he did what he did to the dog. So you would think the dog dying, however it died, they could have handled it differently. They could have just said the dog passed. They didn't have to say how it passed. They could have just said the dog passed, instead of him kind of coming on glorifying what he did with his explanation, right? So it just feels like this might have been an attempt by them, a poor, unthought out attempt to just kind of rile people up, go like, yeah, they're gonna get riled up over this, let's just get them riled up. Like, I think that was a very, very poor attempt, a very poorly thought out attempt. But most people wouldn't have known about it until she started posting about it, posting about how she missed Nugget, and her heart's breaking and all that. Then he comes on, he does his little thing, and it just seems like they were trying to invoke emotions, just get their fans like riled up about it. And I don't think they anticipated the outcome. I really don't think they thought that through. That's just my thoughts. It just seems like it might have been something planned, and it didn't go well. All right. Again, she's lost the dog, she lost her job, she's lost her kids, and she's losing any future opportunities that she might have had. All right, because companies don't want to be associated with her. Not even TV shows. I mean, she was supposed to be on Marriage Boot Camp before this came out, and now it's like they're backing away from her, right? So financially, I hope she has something saved up to hold her over. All right. Now here's something else I want to say about Janelle. To me, I'm gonna say this: Janelle Evans seems to pick men who have issues. All right, have issues. Now, if you watch the show, when she introduced David to her mom, the mom actually liked him and thought he was one of the better men that she's been with, right? But things are coming out now that reveals, in his past, he's had some domestic violence issues with past partners and things like that. Now, here's what I want to say about Janelle. I think Janelle is just as equally guilty for what's going on right now as David. She might be even more guilty. She might be even more guilty than him, okay? Because Janelle seems to pick men. She seems to be attracted to men who have issues, who have anger issues, and she's like a symbiote to me. Alright? She's like a symbiote. She already has a lot of negativity in her, okay? She already has a lot of negativity and anger in her. And then she latches onto these men who have anger issues in them. And her anger, added to their anger, amplifies them. She amplifies the madness that's already in them, okay? That's what I think happened. And that's why I think she can't leave David. She doesn't want to leave him. The symbiote is not going to leave the host, alright? She creates carnage. She creates carnage. She gets with these guys and she creates carnage. She's a symbiote, okay? You watch the show, she gets with these guys. They seem mellow, they seem chill at first. They're very respectful towards her mother. And then you see step by step, she starts getting outraged with her mother in front of them. Then she starts talking to them about her mother, painting this negative picture of her mother to them. And then all of a sudden, the guys who are really nice and sweet and polite to her mother, Barbara, all of a sudden, they flip this switch and they turn into this real negative person. And they become very disrespectful towards her mother. And Janelle doesn't do anything about it, right? Because she has an ally now. She feels like she has an ally against her mother. But what person? Like, if I'm with a woman, I'm sorry, but you can't disrespect my mother for any reason. I'm not gonna disrespect your parents, and you're not gonna disrespect mine. That's just reality, okay? You're not gonna disrespect my mother. Especially if you feel like I know she has issues with her mother, but I think her mother is a good mother to be helping her with her children the way she does. Like, that's a good parent who helps you, when you're out there fucking up. And she's already been a mother, and she's basically being a mother again when she should be relaxing and enjoying life in her older age, right? She's starting all over again with the whole parenting thing, and you're just out there doing shit like going to spring break and you're not even in school, right? Shit like that. And you hate her, and you're making your boyfriends hate her. You're being a symbiote. You're pushing your negative energy onto their already existing negative energy, and that shit just amplifies them, alright? She's the symbiote attaching herself to the host, and then she amplifies their negativity with her negativity, and you get them out there doing shit like this, fucking murdering dogs for no good reason and destroying your career, alright? So yeah, she needs help, and honestly, she's lost her kids, but believe it or not, I'm gonna say this, and you may not agree with me, but I really think that David Eason being around Janelle Evans is a danger to himself, is a danger to her, but I don't think she cares, and is a danger to society, because she's a symbiote and she just makes him more negative. He already has issues, but she amplifies his issues, and she makes him a worse human being. I think if he gets away from her, if he leaves her, his family should really intervene. I don't know what his family situation is, but his family should really intervene and try to convince him to get away from her, because she is going to amplify the negativity in him to a point where it's not going to end up good, okay? Because she is like a symbiote. She latches on to these vulnerable men, and they're vulnerable because they have a lot of issues. They're mentally vulnerable. You look at David Eason, you look at his eyes. You can see the unstableness in his eyes. You can look into his eyes and see that he's an unstable individual. And then you combine him with someone like Janelle, who's already filled with negativity, who's going to transfer her negativity onto him. That's what she does. She's like one of those people. You ever been around someone who hates somebody, and they're constantly in your ear about this person, constantly telling you what they've done, how they've done them wrong, and this and that and all kinds of stuff. And that person has never done anything to you personally, and you don't even know that person like that. But they just feed you this information, and they just pound it into you, and then one day you wake up and you hate that person, but that person never did anything wrong to you, but you just feel some kind of way about that person because of this person who made you feel so negative, who just kept latching on, being a symbiote, and just playing with your emotion and getting you to feel a kind of way and hate that person, even though that person hasn't really done anything to you to deserve those feelings you have for them. That's what Janelle Evans does. She's a symbiote, and any men who have issues and negativity, when they get with her, that shit is going to get out of control, just like it's gotten out of control with David. And David, if he's got any sense left, forget about her leaving him. He needs to leave her. He really needs to leave her. He's already messed up really, really bad being with her. And the longer he stays with her, it's just gonna get worse. There's no helping either one of them when they're together. Neither one of them can get any help being together. I hesitate to say with Janelle's mentality if she can even be helped, because one minute she seems like she's doing good, but she reverts constantly. I don't really think she has ever changed. A lot of people think Janelle has changed, but I don't think she's ever changed. I have this thing. I don't think people really change. That's just me. I don't really think people change. I think people change the way they do things. It's like a criminal. You're a criminal, you commit a crime, you get caught, maybe you commit a couple of crimes and you never got caught. But then one time you messed up and you got caught. Maybe you go to jail. Maybe you come on, you do your time, you come home. People say, oh, that person changed. No, you don't change, because you knew you got away with a couple of crimes, but then you think about the one time you got caught, and you analyze it, and you think about it, and you say, damn, I need to change what I did. I need to change that part of it. So you're not going to stop being a criminal. You're going to keep being a criminal, but you're going to try to change the part that got you caught. So you're not really changing. You're just changing the way you do things. And people looking at you and thinking, oh, that person changed. No, that person really never changed. They just changed the way they were doing things. You're looking for them to be doing it this way. Now they're doing it a different way. And you're not looking for that, so you're not seeing it. People don't change. They just change the way they do things. And if you're expecting them to be doing what they were doing before, you don't see it, because now they're doing the same thing, but they're doing it a little differently. And that's how people like Janelle operate. They don't change. They just change how they do things. Okay, and if you're not looking, you're still looking for the old ways, you think they change. Alright? But bottom line is this, those two don't need to be together. Alright? David is a very vulnerable person. I think he's mentally vulnerable. I don't think he's all there. And then you take a symbiote like Janelle, and you attach, and she attaches herself to him, and she's already filled with a lot of negativity, a lot of anger, and that's just gonna amplify what's already in him, which is negativity and anger, and it's just gonna get out of control. And to be honest with you, the outcome that we're seeing with those two, it should not be a surprise. It really shouldn't be a surprise. It surprises us, but it really shouldn't surprise us, because that's really the natural way that it should have happened. When you take that kind of negativity and you amplify it with another form of negativity, what do you expect to happen? What happened is what you expect to happen. So if you're David Eason's family out there and you hear this, I'm telling you, get him away from Janelle. Alright? He's already unstable, and being around her is a recipe for disaster. That's all I have to say about that. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to share, like, comment, and as always, have a nice day.